Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about 5 attacks that I think are underrated. And what I mean by underrated is that they are really good, but I don't think people kinda realize how good they are. And the attack that I wanted to start about was Chun-Li's back medium punch. More often than not, when people complain about Chun-Li, they complain about the standing heavy punch. This is the prime suspect, right? Some people will hate EX legs, some people will hate her anti-airs because she gets a right-left mix-up out of them. But I don't see people complaining about back medium punch that often, and in my opinion, this attack is even better than her standing heavy punch. Standing heavy punch is really annoying, but this one is even better, and allow me to tell you why. First of all, this attack is 7 frames startup, and as you can see, it is neutral on block, it is 0 on block. This is very good, because if we compare it to one of Cammy's pokes, her standing medium kick, it is the most comparable normal to Chun-Li's back medium punch. If we compare these, Cammy's is -2, but Cammy's is 8 frames startup, so it is even slower and more negative on block. Right? So this is an aspect. And you have to consider that Cammy have one of the best standing medium kicks in the game. Karen's is -4 on block, Rashid's is -4 on block, so Cammy even have one of the better ones. And yet it is slower and more negative on block than Shan's back medium punch. So what this means is that if Cammy is blocking and trying to take back her turn, I will beat her. I will actually beat her. Me just spamming back medium punch, I will counter hit her because my frame data is better on block and I'm faster, right? This is really good. It also sets up whiff punishes, of course. You can get something like that, so this is excellent. But this is not the reason that this attack is ridiculous. The reason that this attack is actually ridiculous is because of what you get out of it on counter hit. On counter hit, it is +5. This number is gigantic because it means that Chun-Li can link EX legs. So as you can see, this was a combo. 204 damage, 11 hits combo. You can also even link super actually here. So this was also a combo. We are doing a poke, and when it counter hits, it will lead to that much. And remember the scenarios that we talked about earlier. If Cammy is blocking and trying to take back her turn, yup, you get that. And even if you don't have super, you can actually even get something like EX legs into a huge V-trigger combo. And you get the idea. This attack is ridiculous, and I think it's kinda overlooked in some levels of play. So it is very good. I'm not saying that it should be nerfed or anything. I'm just saying that it is a really good attack. And now for my number 2, again, appropriately, I wanted to talk about Fang. And the normal I wanted to talk about is his standing heavy punch. Again, when I say underrated, I don't mean that these attacks are overpowered. I think that they are just overlooked. People don't often realize how stupid these attacks are. And when the attack is being held by a character who is not generally considered to be high tier, people just forget about it. You don't even consider it, right? But you should consider Fang standing heavy punch because this attack is insane. It's insane. In the context of Street Fighter V, this normal is, in my opinion, one of the best throw it out there crush counter normals. Let's start by talking frame data, right? This is 7 frames startup. Typically, a lot of the standing heavy punches of the sorts, like Coolins, like Poisons, they are 8 frames. His is 7 frames startup. It is only 19 frames of recovery. Just to put it into context, Ken's standing heavy kick is 26 frames of recovery. His standing heavy punch is 19, right? It's -2 on block. Just to put it into context, Colin's standing heavy punch is -4 on block. This standing heavy punch is special cancelable, by the way. So even though it is only -2, it is 7 frame startup, it is also special cancelable. And when it hits, it puts him in a spin state. So he doesn't even have to commit to a special cancel like Colleen without V-trigger. Even if you don't special cancel anything, you can always get a sweep. He can get a crouching medium punch, and if you happen to confirm it, you can do the light punch, the light kick command dash, and you get big conversions. It is a very, 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 very good crush counter attack. In my opinion, one of the top crush counter attacks in the game. But again, like everything, Fang criminally overlooked. Like the character that's employing it, a very good character, but it's just completely overlooked. Overall, it's a very good attack in my opinion, and you should really appreciate how good it is. And now for my number 3, I am going to talk about Vega. Again, another character that is not considered to be high tier, but the attack I wanted to talk about is a little bit special because this is more of an online special than the attack itself being really, really good. I think it's decent, but it is so good online in my opinion. I like to call it the online unblockable. It is this technique when Vega, especially when you are in the corner, and Vega does his EX Sky High Claw. If you are not playing the smoothest of 5-bar connections, you are never blocking this attack online. It is just impossible to block in my opinion. And I've seen everyone, almost everyone, like it no matter if it's your streamer, friends, or like whenever I'm spectating someone and they are playing against Vega, they always get hit by this. Because it's really, really good. It's really, really fast, as you noticed. He will come from the other side and hit you. And if you happen to have V-trigger, it can actually lead to a lot. He can get like, this was like almost 322 damage from it, which is really, really good. This attack I think offline is reactable, online it is really, really hard. There is some things to note here, and that is when Vega does this close to the wall, he should be unsafe, like he's really unsafe in this situation. But if he happen to have V-trigger, he can just get out and be completely safe. So even though there is a risk to it for the Vega, if he have V-trigger, he can make you completely safe. It's very hard to block, almost unblockable online in my opinion. And if he happen to land it, he gets big damage out of it. So this is a special case. This attack is, I don't think is amazing offline. I think you could react to it, but online, it is the environment that we are all forced to play in at the moment. I do think this is one of the best cheese attacks in the game. And now for my 4th attack, I wanted to talk about Chun-Li standing medium punch. Typically, when people complain about Chun-Li, and she gets complained about a little bit because of her standing heavy punch, the back heavy kick, the crouching medium kick, V-trigger 2 overall, especially the dash, and you know how it goes. I think the standing medium punch gets overlooked, but this attack is actually ridiculous because this attack is a SSS tier with punish in my opinion. It is absolutely incredible. When people talk about the best with punish attacks in the game, like Akuma's standing medium kick, like Karen's everything, they should talk about this standing medium punch. Let's look at this. Look, are you seeing how far I am with punishing Durian from? It is absolutely crazy, and because this is special cancelable, you of course can special cancel it into the AX Parabellum and get full combos. And not only that, if you are doing it from really far distance, somewhere like here, that's almost like half screen, right? You can whiff punish into super. So I think this attack have a ton of potential. I don't see it talked about that much, but I think it is a very, very, very good normal. Of course, it's also enhanced in V-trigger 2, like everything she have, so it's even better when you have V-trigger 2 on. And even when you use it in pressure, this attack is +2 on block, so it's even good in pressure. Overall, this attack I think is one of the best with punish tools in the game and is not usually given the credit that it deserves. And now for my number 1 attack, I wanted to talk about Dolph Sim standing medium kick. I know this might surprise some people to see Dolph Sim on this list, but you have to understand what this standing medium kick does for the character. By itself, it is not like amazing, like the best attack ever, but you have to understand what it does. Dolph Sim cannot function without this standing medium kick. And allow me to explain why. First of all, this is 10 frame startup and it is -4 on block. This is by far his best long range normal, because let's check this out. For example, here Ken will block a normal and then try to dash forward, right? Ken has the fastest dash in that game, by the way. If I do two standing medium punches back to back, he will be able to block and then dash and block the other one. But if I do two standing medium kicks, he's gonna get hit. So this means that even the character with the fastest dash in the game cannot close the distance safely. But it's not only that. Let's say that Ken will try to jump, right? Ken will block my attack and then try to jump. If I do my standing medium kick and I do it twice, I can still anti-air him. And this is what I mean by bringing his game plan together. This is his measuring stick. This is the one tool that allows Dolph Sim to kinda control that spacing with relative safety. The only weakness to this attack, outside of getting whiff punished from like 3/4 of the screen, and that doesn't lead to any good conversions, is that it is prone to crush counter. But for example, if your opponent tries to crush counter, you can always just wait for them and just hit them. You can whiff punish them yourself. So in my opinion, this attack is what brings Dolph Sim's entire game plan together, and that's why I think it is very, very overrated or overlooked. I want to say, not overrated. And yeah, that was pretty much it for today's video. I had a couple of other attacks that I was highly considering, like Abigail's back heavy punch, like Sagat's standing heavy kicks. These are attacks that I think are really, really good. But it is a top 5 list, and when I looked at each of these characters, I thought that Dolph Sim standing medium kick is the attack that is most crucial to the character. Like, this is an attack that if it got removed, the character would be significantly weaker. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you think there are any other attacks that you think are underrated. Of course, again, underrated doesn't mean that they should be nerfed, but I mean that we should appreciate how good they are. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and stay safe.